Her own kind abandoned her for being a tiny alien girl, until a human finally held her in his arms. The winds of Arkhona's barren plains swept across the night, carrying dust like dry ashes. Beneath the violet sky, a small figure stumbled forward, her breaths shallow and quick. She was Kiri, a girl unlike the towering warriors of her people. Her limbs were delicate, her height no taller than a human child's, and her fragile wings hung folded, weak and useless. Her kind, once her family, her clan, had called her defective, too small to fight, too frail to carry weight, and far too strange to be of use. That day, when her tribe marched to the migration grounds, they left her behind. She remembered the way their leader had turned away without a word. The silence of abandonment had been louder than any scream. Kiri pressed her thin arms against her chest as her stomach growled. She hadn't eaten in 2 days, and her eyes, large glowing pools of silver, blurred with tears. Somewhere in the distance, mechanical lights burned against the night, the human outpost. She had been told to fear them, to avoid the outsiders who dug into Arkhona's soil. Yet what choice did she have? She stumbled toward the lights. Inside the outpost, Marcus Hale adjusted the power regulators on the station wall. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with hands that had grown calloused from work. Life on Arkhona wasn't easy, but it paid better than Earth's crowded cities. Still, the endless nights made him restless. The alert buzzed, motion sensors at the perimeter. Marcus frowned, pulling on his jacket. Bandits sometimes prowled, and wild creatures were worse. He grabbed his pulse rifle, stepped outside, and scanned the shadows. At first he thought he saw a child. Small, thin, crouched against the rocky ridge. But then her wings shimmered faintly in the moonlight, and her silver eyes locked onto his. Marcus froze. An alien girl. She trembled as though caught stealing. Dust clung to her tangled hair, and her lips were cracked from thirst. She didn't run, she simply watched him, as if she no longer had the strength to move. Marcus lowered his weapon slowly. "Hey," he said softly, his voice carrying over the wind. "You're not here to hurt me, are you?" Her head tilted, confused. Words came haltingly from her lips, thick with her accent. "Noah hurt. Hungry." That one word was enough. Marcus's chest tightened. He extended his hand. "Come inside. I'll get you food." At first, Kiri hesitated. Every warning she'd ever been told about humans screamed at her. Yet when the door to his outpost slid open, warmth spilled out, heat, light, and the faint smell of baked bread. Her empty stomach made the choice for her. She stepped inside. Marcus guided her to a chair, fetching water first. She drank greedily, droplets streaking down her chin. Then he brought her a plate, bread, dried meat, and fruit rations. She devoured them with trembling hands. "You're just a kid," Marcus murmured. "What are you doing out there alone?" Her eyes dimmed. She stared at the floor before whispering. "Abandoned. Too small. Not strong like others." She pressed her hands against her knees, curling in on herself. "They leave me." Marcus sat across from her, trying to piece together her words. The thought of an entire species casting out a child for being different burned inside him. "Then they're fools," he said firmly. "Being small doesn't make you worthless." Her gaze snapped up at him. For the first time, she looked not afraid but bewildered, like no one had ever said such a thing to her. Days passed, and Kiri remained at the outpost. Marcus fixed up a cot for her, gave her clean clothes, and taught her how to say simple human words. She learned quickly, her curiosity shining despite her frailty. She asked about Earth, about oceans and forests she'd never seen. But sometimes at night, he heard her crying softly. When he asked, she whispered, "I dream they come back. Then I wake. Alone." Marcus didn't have answers for that kind of pain. But he did what he could, making her laugh with awkward jokes, showing her how to repair simple tools, even letting her braid threads of wire when she claimed it reminded her of weaving back home. He had never thought of himself as a guardian. Yet when he looked at her, fragile but resilient, something protective stirred inside him. One evening, while fixing the generator outside, Marcus heard voices across the ridge. Alien voices. Deep, commanding. He saw them, Kiri's people. Scouting band. Kiri had followed him out. The moment she saw them, she froze. Her wings quivered. The warriors looked at her with disdain, one of them sneering. Still alive. The weakling child clings to the off-worlder. Kiri shrank back, shame burning across her face. Marcus stepped forward, jaw set. "She's with me. And you don't get to call her weak." The warrior barked a laugh. "You defend what is useless." Marcus clenched his fists. "Useless. She survived alone where others would have died. She learns, she adapts, and she feels more than any of you. If that's weakness, then I'll take it over your strength any day." The alien scoffed, turning away. "Keep her then. She is no kin of ours." Their departure left Kiri trembling, tears spilling down her cheeks. For a moment, she looked like she might collapse under the weight of rejection all over again. But then Marcus knelt, gently pulling her into his arms. She stiffened, unused to touch, before melting against him, sobbing into his chest. "You're not alone anymore," he whispered. "Not while I'm here." For the first time since her abandonment, Kiri felt warmth not from fire or food but from being wanted. Not as a burden, not as a mistake, wanted simply for existing. Her own kind had cast her aside. But in the arms of a human, she found something greater than belonging. She found home. Kiri trembled in Marcus's arms, her sobs muffled against his chest. For so long she had been told she was nothing, too small, too weak, too strange to belong. The words of her kin had carved wounds deeper than hunger ever could. Yet here, wrapped in the steady warmth of a human's embrace, those words began to lose their power. "You're not alone anymore," Marcus whispered again, his voice steady, unyielding. "I don't care what they said. You matter. To me you matter." Her silver eyes lifted, shimmering with tears. "You keep me." The words were hesitant, almost broken, as if she didn't dare hope. Marcus smiled faintly and tightened his hold. "I don't just keep you. I'll protect you. Eat you. And one day you'll see, you were never weak." The wind howled across the barren plain, but for Kiri, the world suddenly felt less cold. The echo of her tribe's cruelty faded beneath the rhythm of Marcus's heartbeat. For the first time she wasn't thinking about survival, she was thinking about tomorrow. Kiri closed her eyes, pressing her cheek against his chest. The ache in her bones eased, replaced by something she had never known: safety. She had been cast aside as a burden, yet in this human's arms, she was cradled as something precious. Her own kind had abandoned her. But Marcus had chosen her. And sometimes, she realized, family was not the blood you were born into, but the arms that refused to let you go.